Most new mortgage brokers assume remote work is either really easy or unrealistic. You can work from home, you have a laptop and a phone, and it's fully flexible. That is rarely, though, how it actually works as a mortgage advisor. I'm going to be honest with you. Most mortgage brokers can work remotely, but whether it works has far less to do with location and far more to do with the job and how it is structured. So let's be clear on what we're going to be covering in this video. We're going to look at whether mortgage brokers can work remotely in practice, which parts of the role suit remote work, and what actually determines whether it feels flexible or stressful. So can mortgage brokers work remotely? That is the blazingly big question. From a regulatory and practical standpoint, yes, you can, okay? There is no requirement for a mortgage advice to be delivered from a physical office. Fact find, sourcing, submission, clients checks, and client communication can all be done remotely. In the UK specifically, most lenders, networks, and compliance systems are already digital. And that's why many brokers already advise clients over video calls, collect documents through secure portals, and submit applications online. You see, permission isn't the issue, okay? The proper issue is process. So then which parts of the mortgage brokering job work really well remotely? Well, most of the role is already desk-based. So day to day, brokers spend a large portion of their time on researching lender criteria, packaging and checking documents, updating clients and compliance systems, and managing cases through to completion. Client conversations usually only make up a small part of the day. So discovery calls, advice discussions, and follow-ups, they often work just as well on video, sometimes even better because the clients are in their own environment. So remote work fits the mechanics of the job really well, but it doesn't automatically fit the workflow of every single advisor. So then where does the remote mortgage brokering break down? Well, the problems are rarely technical. They're usually structural in your business. I've seen remote setups struggle because the working day has no clear boundaries. Clients then expect responses at all hours of the day, and admin spills into evenings and weekends very easily, with everything feeling urgent, but nothing feeling ever controlled. An office creates those kind of natural limits, but remote work, it removes them completely. And if those limits aren't replaced with systems, the work expands to fill every single hour available of every single day. And that's when flexibility turns into pressure. So then is remote work easier employed or self-employed? You see, it depends more on the setup than the job title itself. Some employed roles still require office attendance or close supervision. Others are fully remote, but they're really tightly structured. Now, self-employed brokers, they usually have way more freedom over location because they are also responsible for managing their availability, their service levels, and their follow-up. It's all on them. So remote work increases autonomy, but it also removes the safety nets that kind of office-based gives. That trade-off catches people out if they're not prepared for it. It's really, really, really different. So then when does remote mortgage brokering actually work? Well, remote work tends to work best once the fundamentals are in place. So that usually means you have a clear process, you have a structured diary, you have predictable lead flow, you have enough confidence to avoid constant rework of each case. I have seen brokers try to go remote way too early and then they struggle, but I've also seen brokers go remote later on and significantly reduce the stress. See, the difference wasn't the ability, it was the structure they had in place. So then what's the right way to think about remote work? Well, remote work does not create freedom. I think that's a big myth people actually think about. It actually is structure. Structure is a thing that helps you. The brokers who work well remotely, they don't ask, can I work from home? They ask, is my business built well enough to support me working from home? And you see, when the answer is yes, remote work feels calm and controlled. But when it isn't, the pressure follows you wherever you sit. Doesn't matter what office you're in, whether you're at home, in a bedroom, in a garden office, in a big, big building, it doesn't matter. That's the real reality of remote work for mortgage brokers. And one of the biggest things you need to understand with remote working is the software and systems in place to make it actually possible. And that's why I break down all of that in this video on screen. Give it a click.